Hi guys, so this is the look I've created, which I'm going to apply today. And the first product I'm going to go in with is the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat primer. And I just rub that in all over my face. You don't need much. So this is my first video. So it's going to be quite long, I'm afraid. I mean, it was a long makeup to do, but I'm hoping my videos in the future will be a lot shorter. I don't want to bore you. I then go in with my Touche Eclat Saint Laurent foundation in Beige Rose or BR40. And I apply this to each section of my face, and then I buffer it out with a Real Techniques Expert face brush, which I love. And I just blend and blend and blend, so I'm really working that foundation into my skin. I don't want it to look patchy. I want it to look like I'm not really wearing foundation at all, which I have to be honest, I don't wear foundation normally. I normally just apply it for when I'm doing makeup looks, or if I'm going on a night out or going out for dinner. Next product is my M.A.C Mineralize concealer in NC20, and I just apply that underneath the eyes. And then I blend that out with I believe it's an Eco tool brush from, you can get them at supermarket. I got mine from Tesco's. It doesn't really say what it's actually called on the brush, but I remember them being eco-friendly. And I just blend that out on my face, and then on the edges I use that Expert face brush by Real Techniques just to blend back into that foundation. So next I will be applying my setting powder. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, but it's by Dr. Hozuka. You can get this online at John Lewis. And it's just a translucent powder, and it adapts to the tone of your skin. As you can see, you see my arms, the rest of my body is quite dark, whereas my face isn't. So when I tan in the summer, I get quite dark, so I need a powder that just adapts to that. It saves you buying 2 different powders. And it's brilliant. I've used this powder for the last few years. And I just pat that into the face, all over the face. So you're really pushing the powder into the foundation. And then if you have any excess powder, you just brush it off with a big fluffy brush. In my case, I use a No. 7 Kabuki brush, which I just got from Boots, so I'm pretty sure they still do it. This is a technique that I was taught at university. So next I'm going to brush out my eyebrows because they're very thick, I'm using an Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil in medium brown, but I don't actually use the pencil part. I have tried using those products, but my eyebrows are just too thick, and the best thing I can use is eyeshadow. So here I'm using a M.A.C eyeshadow, I think it's Shadowy Lady, and the brush I'm using is M.A.C Angle Brush, the 266. I'm doing this just to define my eyebrows a little bit more. I mean, they're already pretty defined, I just like to bring them out. I'm using that concealer brush just to neaten up the edges. Next is my eye primer, which is by Too Faced. It's called the Eyeshadow Insurance Primer, and I just apply that all over my lid and all the way up to my eyebrows, as that's where I'll be placing the makeup. Next I'll be using my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and using the colour Was, I believe. And I'm using my M.A.C 227 and patting that all over my eyelid up to my eyebrow. I normally use that as my highlighter brush for underneath the eyebrow. And then using the M.A.C Technakohl eyeliner in Sourpuss, placing that underneath the eyebrow, right up into the corner of the eye as well, where the shadow is. Using the Ben Nye DB8 brush, I'm blending out that eyeliner and then going back in with that eyeliner underneath the eye. And in the corner there, I want to create a point, just so it opens up my eye, gives the illusion that my eye is bigger than it actually is, without making my eye look smaller. And using that Ben Nye pencil just to keep blending out those edges, otherwise when we apply the eyeshadow on top, it's just going to create a harsh line. The eyeshadow that I'll be using on top of this eyeliner is called Bitter, and it's by M.A.C. It's a beautiful vibrant green. And I'll just be patting that on top with the 239. And then underneath the eye I'll be using the Sigma E20 to do the same thing. It's just a small shader brush. Fits perfectly for underneath the eye. The second eyeshadow that I'll be using is from the M.A.C Purple x9 palette, and it's called Satellite Dreams, and I'll just be applying that over the eyelid. Using that 239, and then I'll be moving on to the 217 blending brush by M.A.C just to blend out into the green. Next I'll be using Bon Nuit from that same palette, and I'll be applying that to the corner of the eye with the 239, and then I'll be bringing that out into a point towards the end of the eyebrow. And just apply a little at a time, don't apply loads, and you can just build it and build it up. And then using that 217 to blend out that back into the green, but also at the same time just add in more and more purple. Afterwards I'll be using a Barry M clean brush just to blend that out better. Next we'll be doing the inner corners of the eye, using that Bon Nuit shade and the 217, and just placing it in there and blending it up towards the eyebrow and down slightly down the nose, just to create shadow. And we'll be deepening that as we go along. Using the 209 by M.A.C just to work into the eyebrows. Sorry. And the Sigma E20. Then using Shadowy Lady from the Purple 9 palette, just to darken the inner corner, give it more depth. And of course always blend in, blend and blend. And then adding that Shadowy Lady to the outer corner of the eyes as well. Taking Bon Nuit underneath the eye using the Sigma E20, and then using the Sigma E45 to blend it into the green. Then using the 209 to reach that waterline, the Shadowy Lady. Taking NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and the 209, applying that to the brush, and then we're going to apply that into the inner corner. And using Lightly Sugared from the Purple x9 palette, applying that with the Sigma E20, then blending it with the E45 by Sigma. And then using Sweet Lust on top, which is a very shimmery shade, just brings out the eyes more. And then for eyeliner, I'm using Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner. And I'm just going to create a triangle point in the inner corner of my eye, but I'm going to do that off screen. Close up so you can see. Next, I'm going to use the Topshop Kajal, I think it's pronounced, Kohl liner. This liner is absolutely brilliant, and I'm just placing it on the top waterline. Off screen, I also applied some of that Topshop Kohl eyeliner to my bottom waterline. Next, moving on to the mascara, which is from the M.A.C Toledo range. I believe it's Toledo, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's called Chlorafill, and it's a bright, vibrant green, a bit like that bitter eyeshadow, as you can see. And we will be applying that to the top lashes. And I think I did bottom lashes too. This is what it looks like with the mascara all done. Now we're going to do bronzer using the Clinique Bronzer brush, and the bronzer is from Marks and Spencer's, which I believe they don't do anymore. I'm creating a 3 shape, and then I just blend into each section of the face. Then on to blusher, which is by M.A.C. It's called Warm Soul, and I'm using the M.A.C 168 angle brush to apply to the sides and then to the apples of my cheeks. And then you don't have to do this, but I always apply it just to the tip of the chin and the tip of the nose. Onto highlighter, I'm using Venus from the Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay. And I just apply that to the top of the cheeks, the nose, the forehead where the light hits, and where the light hits on the chin, and the cupid's bow. And I'm using that 227 brush. This lip pencil, I don't know who it's by, it came with my makeup kit while I was at university. It's a berry colour, dark berry colour, which you could get anywhere really. And I just outline all my lips. I don't overdraw my lips, and then I just fill it in. And then over the top of that, I'll be using Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Lip Tar in Black Dahlia or Dahlia. And you don't need much of it, you literally need a small dot. And I just apply it with the lip brush that comes with the lip tar. As you can see. This is the finished look, guys. If you're still here watching, thank you for watching my first ever video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!